I've heard animation writers can fall in like two different groups, those who are part of TAG and those who are part of WGA. Can you explain the difference between TAG writers and WGA writers?
To me, there's no difference other than the union in which they are in, because writing is writing. And I'm a big proponent of writing is writing. And if you write live action, you can write animation. And if you write animation, you can write live action. It's just a slight nuance for like how the script is written and what things you need to call out, because the production pipeline is going to be a little bit different in animation, especially when it comes to like dialogue. You need to make sure that all dialogue is called out in animation, because if you say like humph, somebody has to go into a record booth and record humph 3 different ways, like like they have to do it all the different ways, and then somebody has to take that sound bit and edit it into like a whole thing. Versus in live action, you just have somebody with a boom recording what's actually in the room, and it's kind of at the actor's discretion. It's like what little sounds they make. Aside from those differences, writing is still writing, and there's really not going to be that much of a difference between a WGA writer and an animation writer. And in fact, some people are both. The main difference is that it's just different unions. So there are companies underneath the umbrella of the network. Each of those companies have signed with either WGA or TAG, or, if they're non-union, then they don't have a contract with either of those studios. And those studios basically say, we agree to meet the minimums of whatever the union's contract is. With the Animation Guild, it covers animation writers, and WGA can cover an animated show. It's just a little more complicated for animation to be covered by WGA, but it's possible and it happens. The main difference is in the unions. WGA is the one that everybody knows. They have really great benefits and pay, and they are the ones that are always striking and getting a really good contract fighting AI. And the Animation Guild covers writers, but it also covers most other production roles in animation. Whereas like with WGA, it only covers writers, and all of the other parts of production are covered by their own separate unions under IATSE. When the writers go to bat, they're only batting for the writers, and like they don't have to negotiate for any other type of position. But when the Animation Guild goes up to bat, they have to negotiate for all the positions underneath the animation umbrella. The benefits are for literally everybody in animation and not just writers or just directors or whatever. The Writers Guild, they have more protections for writers in a lot of ways. If you're planning to write for animation or for live action, it's a good goal to have to get into WGA somehow. If you can be WGA eligible or be in WGA and then go back to writing for animation, it tends to be like a selling point for yourself to get better pay and like residuals. Animation writers don't get residuals other than for songs.